Hi everybody, or should I say, Achtung! What we have here is the Dinky 721 Junkers Ju-87B Stuka, the famous dive bomber. This particular model was produced in 1969 to tie in with that amazing film, The Battle of Britain, hence the box, of course, and depicted from the epic film. It had a long old life, this one. It lasted right up until 1980. So it had a good 10, 11 year run, this one, right up until Dinky's closure. Initially produced in this cardboard box. This is a reproduction box, of course. Later on, about 74, switched to a bubble box. So, but I do like the artwork on this. It's really, really nice. The Stuka, of course, needs no introduction from me. Anybody watching this is going to know all about it, so I won't go on for hours about it. But very basically, it was a dive bomber. Introduced in the late 1930s. Was very heavily used in the Battle of Britain to attack, of course, funnily enough, me living in Dover, we saw these aircraft over our harbour an awful lot. Later on, although it was shot down its droves over Britain because it was quite slow and sluggish, of course, later on it was used in a ground attack role, which was very successful on the Eastern Front, equipped sort of as a tank busting aircraft vehicle. So anyway, I won't go on about that because that's all available and you could talk for hours and hours and hours about these things. But nonetheless, there it is. And advertisement on the back for other aircraft. The Spitfire. Oh, I wish I had the Spitfire. Classic, the spinning motor. 737. Yeah, and a 710 Beechcraft. That's not exactly exciting, is it? Or two Beechcrafts, actually. Yeah. So, nicely, it's in the side of the box. We've actually got some stills from the film. Now, I know it's not quite focused. I do apologise, but you get the idea. When the film was made in 1968, 1969, there were actually no flying Stukas left, and there are none today. There's actually only two intact examples. And so they had to use models. And so for some reason, they put these back to front. So Stuka coming down, hitting a pylon, which I presume is supposed to be one of the chain home radar stations in Dover, I would have thought. I'd imagine anyway, or something along those lines anyway. So yeah, that's the original box. And here it is, the Junkers 87 itself, the Stuka. Right, let's zoom in a bit. There we are. See all the rubbish I've got lined around this. Yellow nose. The yellow nose was used for identification purposes. So German pilots would identify friend from foe. It also gave the RAF an obvious target. The 109, of course, the Messerschmitt 109 also had a yellow nose, which I believe was introduced certainly in the Britain sort of theatre in August 1940. I could be wrong about that. Please do correct me if I am wrong, but I believe that's the case. It's also used in the Balkan front, and all elsewhere. But it was phased out sort of throughout 1941, 42. But during this initial period, a lot of the Stukas flying over Britain would have had, well, southeast Kent anyway, certainly would have had these yellow noses. Spin the propeller, of course, naturally. WB. Let's hope that doesn't get me thrown off YouTube. There's two pilots in there. There's two about. Will you focus? Will you focus? Will you? Oh God, no, it won't. Oh yeah, well, you get the idea. You can't really see them. Underneath, we got it in. There's a nice blue colour. RLM, whatever the number is. Hang on, zoom out a bit more. There we are. So we got here, we have the Junkers 87B, Dinky Toys, Meccano Limited, made in England, number 721. The feature with this one, apart from the spinning propeller, is, as I'm sure you've noticed, the bomb, which you could activate with this little switch here. So when I press this in, the bomb drops. You can't see that, of course. I managed to completely cover it up with my hand, so I'll do that again. The bomb is supposed to put, you could put a little paper cap in there, and it'll make a sort of bang sound, like we're supposed to be done with the UFO interceptor as well. So I'll press that in again, and I'll 250 bomb, I think it was, would drop. Oops, hold it there. There we go. Well, that worked well, didn't it? One more time. Let's try and get the angle right this time. Oh, it's difficult, this angle. Bang. There we are. I suspect an awful lot of these bombs went missing over the years, being played about in gardens. And move that out of the way, maybe it'll focus more. Yeah, that's better. So there we are, very simple. So that is our JUH-7 Stuka. I think there's one in the Imperial War Museum if you want to go and have a look at it. Up in London. So, danke for watching. Auf Wiedersehen.